What's up, guys? Welcome back. So pretty much you guys just finished seeing me pretty much weld up or tack weld a new downpipe. Like I said before on the last couple of videos, guys, I honestly wanted to do things correctly. Last time I made a mistake on the old setup and it was just crooked to where it was hitting my transfer case. Things didn't line up and it made me just realize I was screwing up. So from that point on, I just said I was going to start doing things correctly, and this is what I meant by doing things correctly. As you guys seen in that little clips, you know, time lapse or whatever it is, I ended up pretty much tacking everything. So now we have the V-band tack, we have the first merge, we have a 45, we have two pie cuts down to the bellow, and then also to a V-band here. Got the V-band also welded up to another tight 90, which actually gives me the radius that I need for the bottom of the transfer case, so it actually matches up with it. And that was actually where I had messed up on the last time. When I welded the bellow on the last one, guys, it just started hitting the transfer case after it had cooled down. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in there right now and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about and how it looks now. Alright guys, before I show you guys, let me go ahead and turn off the welder real quick so that way you can hear me a little bit better. So now that the dump tube or the downpipe is actually set in, you can see where everything matches up. This piece here is actually just needs to scoot forward a little bit, and that will be fine once we make that bracket. We're still going to be making those brackets, but as you can see, we have clearance all the way around. It is not touching the transfer case whatsoever. And honestly, guys, it actually follows the contour of the transfer case now. So you can see the way it's going there. It's not fully welded up yet, so I can still move the elbow up here. Let me go ahead and fix myself real quick so you guys can see it. So right here, you guys can see pretty much what I'm talking about now, that it is actually straighter with the transfer case. Back then, it was actually hitting, and it's not even V-band right now, so I can still adjust it the way I wanted it. So if I wanted to, I can easily come this way and easily transition to the frame right here. So if not, I can always go this way, and I can always, you know, I can pretty much move it around, and I have plenty of clearance now to where I can put my hand inside. So that was the main reason why I redid everything. And you can honestly see right here the way everything just lines up, and it's a smooth transition, especially having the bellow up there. I kind of took that inspiration from Dana Young Static, because the way he did his setup actually just not too long ago is honestly how I wanted to do this one, and actually have the V-band higher so we can take off the exhaust from here and then create the merge from a 3-inch oval round to an oval, and then go ahead and create the rest of the exhaust setup going all the way to the back. Alrighty guys, so pretty much as you guys can see now, it's all out. I took it all out, so I'm gonna go ahead and start TIG welding everything up. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on some music, vibe out, and honestly just continue with the motion, you know what I'm saying, and just chill and just hopefully do a lot better welds on this one. The last ones weren't too shabby, but again, I want to try to make this really good because I want to be able to make it acceptable for myself, so that way when it's time to offer this stuff to the public, they can see what my product is about. Again, I'm not a 100% perfect person, I'm still learning the TIG welding and everything else, even though I did go to welding and all that stuff. After burning my hand is very sensitive still, no matter what. Even though it's my feeding hand, it's just that being close to the heat still gets to you. So I'm gonna go ahead and try my best, guys. Again, I'm going to go ahead and turn on some music, vibe out, and get this fully welded so we can actually start moving on to the dump tube and hopefully finish everything off in this video.
What we do here is go back.
Alright guys, so we got it all pretty much bolted back in place, and honestly it looks really good. There's still plenty of movement, there's still plenty of space between the drive shaft, or should I say the half shaft, and the downpipe itself and the V-band. So there's enough room. Either way, I'm going to be cutting that ear off right there. That's usually for like a heat shield. I verified with Dana and he told me that that can be chopped off. So we have plenty of room to be able to remove the V-band, put the new V-band, put the V-band back on, and everything is mounted. So not too shabby. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm happy with it, and I'm way happier with this setup compared to the old setup. I don't know if you guys remember, but this was actually the old setup, and there was a lot of booger welds, stuff like that. So now my welds on the new one are flatter. They're still not perfect, but we're still learning. We're still, you know, progressing and trying to make progress every single time. So we're just trying to learn and grow at the same time. But huge shout out to Dana for that recommendation of adding 2 extra 15-degree pie cuts, because that actually straightened it up and it actually brought it down flatter with the transfer case. So I'm extremely happy the way it came out again. So now let's go ahead and try to get to the dump tube and try to mock some of that stuff up so we can at least get a idea of how things are going to go. So what I'm going to end up doing is I have 3 15 or 45-degree cuts that I received from Ace Race, and so I'm going to end up chopping off maybe about 1 inch off of this material here and extend it, because I need to extend it a little bit. I did kind of like a test fit on it, and I need to go ahead and chop off and add about another inch and a half of pie, so that way we can extend it out and that would be closer to the piping here. So let's go ahead and get that cut real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and try to mock it up onto the dump tube back there. Alright guys, so I didn't want to bore you guys trying to figure out the transitions and all that. So this is pretty much what I came up with. I'm still probably going to have to tweak it a little bit. It's probably going to have to go angled, which I'm perfectly fine with as long as it clears. So what we're going to do now is pretty much remove the downpipe on it, and then we're going to go ahead and get this put on there and see how it is. I marked everything with some lines on it to see where we're going to line up at. Some of them may be off a little bit, but as long as we can get it to work still, we know where to adjust it at. So yeah, let's go ahead and remove the downpipe so we can get the dump tube, the partial dump tube at least put on. Alrighty guys, so pretty much we removed the downpipe to be able to snake in the dump tube. It looks pretty good. It looks like it's gonna work out to the way I wanted it. I'm not exactly sure just about the last 45-degree. I don't know if I'm gonna run it right now. I'm gonna try to kind of manipulate it a little bit, but I need to put the other downpipe back on just to see how we're looking, so I can angle it, and that way we can get a straight piece going straight down, and I can possibly use that last 45 to actually merge it out, so when, you know, whenever we do build boost and we let go, that's where the exhaust will go through. So let me go ahead and put the downpipe on and see how we're looking. Alright guys, so we got the downpipe back on and along with the dump tube, so you can see basically we have enough room between the downpipe and the dump tube right there. So I'm still gonna be playing with this later on and see if we can get possibly a straight one. I can probably still angle this up a little bit higher so that we can get a straight pitch from this very top 45-degree. So if we can get a straight piece going straight down, and I can utilize that very last piece as a transition to where it'll let the exhaust escape from the bottom, just like match the contour of the downpipe, then we will be honestly golden. So pretty much this is where I'm going to wrap it up at just for today. It's not the end of the video. Today is actually Christmas Eve, so I'm going to go in there, spend time with the family, and then tomorrow's Christmas and spend time with them again, just like that way, you know, I spend time with them for the holidays at least. So once everything is pretty much done and over with for Christmas, then I'll come back out here, start grinding again, and getting back to work on doing a little bit more work to the all-wheel drive EK. And hopefully, guys, we can finish the dump tube and the downpipe and have everything finalized in its position, so that we can honestly move forward to the next thing. Because at the end of the video, guys, stay tuned. I'm going to show you guys what else we got, because that is going to play a big factor in this whole car's drivetrain.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I
produce, so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what.
Alrighty guys, so pretty much the dump tube and the downpipe is fully fabricated with the exception of two small pieces down there. You can still see the welding tape that's holding the straight piece to a 45. I'm not going to weld that section up just because there might be some tweaks later on. Once we get the exhaust setup done, I want to make sure we have a little bit more clearance. So that's the reason why I'm going to hold off on that, but at least everything else got welded up. As you guys can see, all the transitions up here, everything is fully welded, V-bands. Downpipe is all done, so pretty happy the way everything came out. And if you guys look from the bottom, everything pretty much lines up to where it's supposed to be. So you can see that is the exhaust at the first one right there, and then you got the dump right by the transfer case itself with the welding tape still attached to it. So hopefully on the next video everything will be done. I'm gonna go ahead and order some new bends. I did speak with Dana, and he's the one that just told me, hey, just order 195, cut it in half, and you'll have 245s. So that's probably what I'm going to do, save a little bit of money, and that way we can go ahead and have two bends at least, so that we can get all of that situated. But pretty much guys, before we cap today's video, I wanted to show you guys something that we got just a day ago, and I'm really stoked to share this with you guys. So about a day ago, this was actually a deal that I've been working on previously for about a month. And I did reach out to a gentleman by the name of Shaka Rob. He was actually located here in San Diego. I reached out to him to see what he charged for a drive shaft. He then told me, I told him that I would reach out to him once I had the funds, because I needed to sell some hoods basically to create the funds to be able to purchase it, right? Because I am on a budget. So he ended up noticing that I do make hoods. I showed him what I offered, and we ended up making a deal for a hood. So I made his hood, and in return guys, we finally have the drive shaft for the all-wheel drive setup, so that way all the drivetrain will be complete. So in the next couple of videos, we'll go ahead and get all of this stuff mounted and hopefully be able to have the full all-wheel drive operational on the car. So after that, we are going to be working on some cooling stuff, but that will be in the next couple of videos. But hopefully you guys are as stoked as I am, guys. I know I wasn't not supposed to record the new exhaust setup and stuff like that, but it's content and it's progress moving forward, and I'm a lot happier with this, so I figured I'd share it with you guys and show you guys how much closer we are now to finally being able to make a little bit more progress and move forward. So if you guys like this video, guys, pretty much please like, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think so far. But with that being said, guys, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Till next time.